Rise and shine, that's right, it is finally Friday. Jason and Alicia here with you as we head into what should be a nice weekend to get outside and enjoy it.
I'm hoping to get some plants in the ground, John. I don't know if it's too soon, but it's happening.
No, nice little shot here at 6 o'clock. I think it's a good time to do that. I am not an actual horticulturist, so no. But I think so. It should be good. 47. I am a meteorologist, and I will tell you that it does not look cold. And obviously, I have horror stories of snow. I'm sure you do on Mother's Day, but it does not look like that pattern is going to take. So weather-wise, you're probably fine. Fog this morning in Menominee. We are dealing with 0. That means it is foggy as you go into Wisconsin. Clear in Minnesota, but if you're traveling, really looks like Hudson's already clearing, so this is moving east, so the Hudson area is clear, but as you go into that Wisconsin stretch, give yourself a little extra time there. 47 right now. Temperatures dropped in Menominee, and that is why they've got fog. 41 there and 39 in Rochester. So a lot of rain yesterday. No rain today, but there is already going to be clouds increasing at 7 out ahead of a rain chance Saturday. We'll track it in your forecast.
John, thank you. Let's give you a look at the metro map again. Still pretty quiet out there. Reminder, there is a closure 55 eastbound over in the western suburbs in Plymouth. So just a heads up this weekend. I'll have more details on that closure coming up in a few minutes. We are following some breaking news right now. This morning, 2 major gun safety bills are on their way to the state Senate after passing the House just a few hours ago.
One of the bills would directly impact anyone who owns a gun here in Minnesota. Michelle's at the Capitol right now where a lot has happened overnight. Michelle, break it down for us.
Yeah, certainly it's been a long night for the House here in Minnesota. Now, shortly after 1 a.m., 2 major bills were passed related to gun control. So let's break down one of those items, the Safe Firearms Bill. It's gone to the Senate after passing the House 68 to 64. This bill means firearms not being used must be kept unloaded with a locking device or stored in a locked gun room/safe. Penalties start with a petty misdemeanor. That's for a simple unstored gun violation. But if the unstored gun is used to harm someone, that's up to 5 years in prison. One Democrat joining Republicans in opposition.
My goal with this bill is to reduce the number of Minnesotans killed by guns. Nobody asked me to carry this bill. I'm not getting paid to carry this bill. And I really, truly do not want to take away your guns.
Comes up into my bedroom, and I have to say, wait a minute while I get my trigger lock off and get my gun loaded, or wait a minute while I run to my gun safe and get my loaded gun out so I can protect myself.
Yeah, so the night wasn't over at that point. Nearing midnight, the House then began to debate and eventually pass another bill, this one related to straw purchases, making it a felony. So we'll talk about more of that coming up in the next 30 minutes, talking more about those increased penalties, plus how a deadly shooting became the inspiration for that bill. All that ahead in 30 minutes.
All right, Michelle Beck with the latest from overnight. Thank you very much. We also have new details coming in right now about a teacher in Hudson, Wisconsin, accused of kissing and exchanging secret messages with one of her students. Let's check in right now with Audrey Russo, who's in Hudson live right now. Audrey.
Jason, I spent the overnight hours combing through the most recent court filing, and here's what I found. Right now, 24-year-old Madison Bergman is out of jail. She's out on a $25,000 signature bond. She's charged with first-degree child sex assault. Now, here's how we got to this point. Police say that Bergman's abuse of this 5th grade student came to light really just in a matter of days. The male victim's parents found text messages between him and Bergman on Monday morning. Then on Wednesday, the parents brought those texts to Rivercrest Elementary School administrators. Those texts include conversations about the two kissing, touching, making out. Bergman was questioned on Wednesday. She told investigators she was given the child's phone number after a trip to Afton Alps with the child's family. She was then placed under arrest that very same day. Now, Bergman's been ordered to have no contact with the victim or with anybody under the age of 18. She's also been ordered to wear a GPS monitoring device. She's due back in court here in St. Croix County on May 30th. And coming up in our next half hour, we'll have a little bit more on the point in the investigation when police say Bergman stopped talking to them. Back to you guys.
All right, Audrey, this story is incredibly disturbing. Thanks for breaking down the details of it for us, though. We appreciate it. We do have an update this morning on the protests at the U of M. Shortly after sunrise yesterday morning, protesters cleared the encampment at the East Bank campus. It's part of an agreement with the university. A few hours later, a few dozen pro-Palestinian protesters took part in a rally on campus. Protesters say the rally was to show the U that they're going to hold the school accountable. They say the encampment will go back up if the school doesn't meet their demands. In a stark contrast to what we're seeing around the country, more than 2,000 people have been arrested at colleges and universities in the last 2 weeks. President Biden addressed those protests yesterday, saying he supports free speech, but not discrimination or chaos.
Now to some important updates in Minneapolis public schools. In the last 24 hours, the education support professionals of the Minneapolis Teachers Union reached a tentative agreement with the district for a new 2-year contract. This comes less than a week after they voted to authorize a strike. The teachers chapter of that union reached a new contract agreement last week. It includes a 4% raise the first year, 5% raise the second year. It also means the hourly rate for lost prep on lunchtime bumps from $25 to $30 an hour. Plus, they're eligible for raises more often. The school calendar will also be 5 days shorter in exchange for 10 additional minutes of instruction time each day. And finally, the district agreed to complete a 3-year study on the workload of special educators. Both the teachers and support professionals will vote on their tentative agreements next week.
This morning, 3M says it will pay back nearly $1 million to more than 1,600 employees after improper paycheck deductions. The company accidentally overpaid these employees and deducted that amount from other paychecks, which is illegal without employees' permission. As part of the settlement, 3M will pay back employees whatever amount was deducted, and they are implementing new policies.
New this morning, we now know the tip-off times for the Timberwolves playoff series against the Nuggets. Get your calendars out, everyone. The Wolves are in Denver right now getting ready for Game 1. That is set for tomorrow night at 6 p.m. our time. Not a bad time. Game 2, though, later start. That's Monday at 9 p.m. Then the series heads back to Minnesota. Game 3 is next Friday at 8:30. At least it's on a Friday. That's great. And then Game 4, Sunday, May 12th at 7. That's a decent time as well. Tickets appear to be sold out. Resale options on Ticketmaster start around $240 for Game 3 and then $190 for Game 4.